In this video, the world's best SIM cards for international trips. A key topic for travelers in 2025, how to travel smarter with the world's best eSIMs for international trips so that you always have data wherever you go. I'm always stunned when I meet people and they get off the plane and they don't have data and they have to run around looking for some kiosk to sell them a physical SIM card. Well, that's not how it works anymore. These days, it's all about an eSIM so that you don't need a physical SIM. And then you basically just activate the eSIM and you have data as soon as you land in a new country. For example, every time that I'm going to Canada, I just get an eSIM before I arrive. Every time I go to Europe, I just get an eSIM before I arrive. Mexico, etc. That's the way it's done these days. So for staying connected affordably and reliably, it's an absolute must for digital nomads or entrepreneurs, jet setting or working remotely. So let's kick it off with a practical video. We're going to compare the three leading providers of eSIMs: Airalo, Holafly, and Nomad. Those are the big three, and we're going to focus on the features and the vibes to help you choose the right fit. So what should you look for in an eSIM? Because choosing the right eSIM boils down to matching your travel style and needs. First, consider coverage. Does the provider support the countries or regions that you're visiting? Look for plans covering specific countries like Japan or Mexico, or regional options for multi-country trips, like one that covers all of Europe or all of Latin America. In my experience, that's a little bit less common, and with the eSIMs, it is relatively country by country. Also check network quality. This is huge. Reliable 4G and 5G connections are crucial for navigation, video calls, or work. And in rural areas, you might have weaker signals, so research local carrier partnerships and see kind of how the relationship works. Data allowance is key as well. Light users doing email and maps might need 1 to 3 gigabytes per week, while heavy users who are maybe doing remote work or streaming or lots of video calls and Zoom calls could require unlimited plans or the 10 gigabyte plus plans. Duration matters too. How long is your trip? Short trips need 7 to 15 day plans, while longer trips benefit from those 30 to 90 day options. And ease of use is critical. A user-friendly app or website with clear setup instructions saves headaches, especially when landing jet-lagged. Customer support is also important. They should be responsive, ideally 24/7, via chat or email to fix issues like activation failures. Look for flexible top-up options to extend data mid-trip without buying a new plan. Refund policies as well are interesting to look at. Everyone has different levels of refunds because the idea is you have to buy the eSIM before you actually land in the country. And if your plans change, can you get a refund on that eSIM if you don't use it? And finally, check for extras like data sharing for tethering or compatibility with your device. Most modern smartphones accept eSIMs, but make sure your phone is compatible and make sure the eSIM is compatible with the phone as well. Balancing these factors ensures you stay connected without stress. So how do eSIMs actually work? Now that we know kind of the features and what we're looking for, how does it work? So an eSIM, or embedded SIM, you might not have known that, the E stands for embedded, is a digital SIM card built into your phone, tablet, or laptop, replacing the physical SIM you'd swap at a local shop. It connects you to local mobile networks abroad without needing your home carrier's pricey roaming plans. You buy an eSIM plan online from providers like Airalo, Holafly, or Nomad, like we'll cover in this video. You select the country or region, the data amount, and the duration. After purchase, you receive a QR code via email or app, which you scan to download the eSIM profile to your device. I know Airalo works a little bit different. I don't find myself using the QR code, but there's basically a couple different ways to download the eSIM to your device. And this process, you usually need to have Wi-Fi when you activate the SIM, and you can't just use data. So typically what I do is before I leave for the airport and I'm chilling at home, I'm going to be ordering my Uber soon, that's when I order the eSIM and I activate the eSIM, because you need to do it when you still have Wi-Fi. If you wait till you're at the airport, it could be too late. Yes, sometimes you can connect to the airport Wi-Fi. Oftentimes it sucks. So really the best thing you can do is when you have home Wi-Fi or maybe at a coffee shop or something, activate the eSIM then. It's a lot harder to do on the go, and you'll find that you might need Wi-Fi. Now, once activated, the eSIM connects to a local network, giving you instant data for maps, WhatsApp, or work. Your home SIM stays activated for calls or texts via apps, thanks to dual SIM functionality in most phones these days. You manage the eSIM through the provider's app, tracking data usage or topping up as needed. eSIMs are typically data only in most cases, so use apps like Skype for calls, or you want to have like an international phone number like a Google Fi. These eSIMs, they're a game changer for avoiding roaming fees around the world. And especially if you come from a country like Canada or the US, where they can really sting these roaming fees, you're going to find eSIMs to be an absolute game changer. And you have that flexibility that you don't need to do any physical swaps. So now let's do a quick rundown on the three different major companies. So you have Airalo, you have Holafly, and you have Nomad. TLDR, I use Airalo right now. I haven't had a problem with it. I've been using it for years. I've used it in all different countries. It's basically the budget-friendly all-rounder. Okay, so Airalo is really solid. And by the way, there's a link in the description of this video to Airalo with my referral link if you want to sign up for Airalo. So Airalo carries a practical, no-frills vibe, like a trusty travel companion for budget-conscious explorers. It's known for its wide reach, covering basically 200 plus countries from Argentina to Vietnam, making it a solid choice for multi-destination trips. Airalo offers local plans, regional plans, and global plans with durations from 7 to 180 days, according to my notes. I feel like I never see the plans longer than 30 days, and usually I'm choosing between the 7, 14, and 30-day options, but that's cool that they have longer options as well. Data options range from 1 gig to 20 gigabytes, catering to light to moderate users. Perfect for checking emails or navigating cities or ordering that Uber when you step off the plane. The app is straightforward with sections for buying plans, managing eSIMs, and tracking usage. And top-ups are seamless if you run low. Airalo partners with local networks for reliable 4G, 5G speeds in urban areas, though rural coverage depends on local carriers. Some plans, like the Discover Plus Global, include calls and texts, a rarity for eSIMs. Global support offers 24/7 chat and email, though response times vary. The refund policy is stricter, requiring requests within 30 days, and data sharing is supported, letting you hotspot to other devices. Airalo suits travelers who want affordability and flexibility, but don't need unlimited data, though heavy users might find the capped plans a little bit limiting, and some remote activation issues in remote areas. Moving on to Holafly, this is the unlimited data comfort zone. Holafly feels like a worry-free safety net designed for travelers who crave constant connectivity. Its hallmark is unlimited data plans across 200 plus destinations from Mexico to Thailand, ideal for streaming, remote work, or heavy browsing. Plans range from 1 to 90 days, with daily costs dropping for longer durations. For example, it might be $1.50 a day for a 90-day. Okay, so setup is simple. You buy online, you scan a QR code, and you activate upon arrival with clear instructions via email or app. Holafly allows 500 megabytes to 1 gig daily data sharing in select plans, which is great for families, but it's data only, so calls require apps like using WhatsApp or maybe using a second phone. So I think that's kind of the idea, is when you have unlimited data plans, they limit the sharing with other devices, which is something to keep in mind. So if you only get 1 gig daily sharing with other devices, I mean, that's not going to make as much sense in some scenarios as having Airalo and having 10, 20 gigs of data and being able to share as much of that with with your device as you need. So it just depends if you need limited and how many devices you need. Same thing, Holafly partners with local networks for solid 4 5G in cities. Again, you'll find there might be speed throttling after high usage in some regions. You'll find that these eSIMs are not quite as fast as a normal local SIM, but I think they're getting better and it's actually pretty good, the data speed. The app is intuitive, managing plans and usage, and 24/7 support in multiple languages gets high marks for responsiveness. They have a pretty generous refund policy as well, Holafly, allowing requests up to 6 months post-purchase, which is big if plans change. It's pricier than competitors, but the unlimited data brings peace of mind. Now moving on to Nomad. This is the quick trip specialist. It has sort of a sleek, efficient vibe tailored for travelers on shorter jaunts or regional hops. It covers over 150 countries with a focus on North America, Europe, and Asia, offering local plans such as a gigabyte in Canada for $5 for 7 days, that kind of thing, and regional options as well. Some countries like the UK have unlimited plans, though capped at 1 gig daily high-speed data before throttling you, which is really annoying. Setup is easy as well. I think all the apps kind of track around equal for setup, ease of setting it up. But if you guys, the audience, if you know that one of the eSIMs is more difficult to set up or more painstaking, I'd love to hear that experience, and you can leave a comment below on this video, and we'd love to hear your experience with these different eSIM providers. With Nomad, the app tracks the data, it offers top-ups, does all the normal stuff. Data sharing is supported. And again, plans are data only. Nomad's strength is its low-cost, shorter-term plans, but Latin American options are pricier than Airalo in my experience, and coverage is a little bit narrower. So maybe Nomad is great for city-based travelers or business trips, but heavy users or those in remote areas might need more robust options. In conclusion, Airalo, Holafly, and Nomad are the top eSIM providers for 2025, each with a distinct vibe to keep you connected abroad. Airalo's budget-friendly plans and really good coverage around the world makes it a go-to. Holafly's unlimited data and generous refunds offer peace of mind for data-heavy nomads or retirees, but higher costs and hotspot limits. Nomad is affordable and maybe best for short-term plans and quick urban trips. All three use eSIMs for instant activation via QR codes, keeping your home SIM active for calls or texts via apps, and saving you from roaming fees that can soar into the hundreds. Choose based on your needs. Airalo for affordability and coverage, Holafly for unlimited data, or Nomad for short stays. Check device compatibility, Android, iPhone, etc. Buy plans before travel via provider websites or apps. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. So pick an eSIM that matches your travel vibe for a connected, stress-free trip. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more travel tips. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite eSIM? Do you have a go-to? Good experiences, bad experiences? We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment. And until next time, keep traveling smarter. We'll see you in the next video.